At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome, everybody, to Sunshine State Conference Baseball here at the University of Tampa as the Tampa Spartans get ready to take on the Florida Tech Panthers Week 2 of Sunshine State Conference play. The Spartans come into the game 9-4 on the year, 2-1 in SSC play as they took 2 out of 3 from Florida Southern last week. Florida Tech 4-10 on the season. They are 1-2 in the SSC. First game of a 3-game series. Today's game followed by a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Hi, everybody. Jack Ike with the broadcast on another chilly day at the University of Tampa. And Tampa in general, as it's been somewhat cool the last couple weeks around here. It is 59 degrees as we get ready for the first pitch. Northwest wind of 6 miles an hour. They say it feels like 57. Last week, it actually was cooler at game time and dropped into the 40s by the time the game ended. This game will probably go till about 9 o'clock. Let's get you caught up with the lineups for today's game. Taking the field first will be Florida Tech. The Panthers, as I said, 1-2 in conference play. Interestingly, if you look at the conference standings, is everybody but Palm Beach Atlantic started last week, and there's 11 teams in the conference, so 10 of them were able to start play against each other. Nobody swept. It was either 2 wins, 1 loss, or 1 win, 2 loss. So Embry-Riddle, Rollins, Tampa, Lynn, and Nova Southeastern sitting atop the conference with a 2-1 record, while Barry, Florida Southern, Eckerd, Florida Tech, and St. Leo are right behind with 1-2 records. Palm Beach Atlantic has not played any games as of yet, but will start this weekend. The Spartans and Rollins both with 9-4 records. Barry posting a 9-2 mark despite losing 2 games last week, and they were unbeaten coming into the weekend non-conference play. The only team with double-digit wins so far, Embry-Riddle, took 2 out of 3 last weekend and are 10-3 overall on the season. The lineups for today's game for Embry-Riddle, as they will start the catcher, number 9, that is Blaze Maris, a 5'11 senior from Gainesville, Florida, went to South Florida State before becoming a Panther. Batting second is the right fielder, number 28, Brett Parrish, a 6 foot, 190-pound sophomore from Rockledge, Florida. Batting third is the shortstop, number 4, Raul Quintero, a 5'9", 175-pound senior from Weston, Florida. Batting fourth is cleanup is the left fielder, number 22, Vincenzo Catanza, a 6 foot, 200-pound grad student from Longwood, Florida. Went to Florida Atlantic University. Batting fifth, the second baseman, 27, and that is Rodney Bernard, a 6'1", 175-pound senior from Tampa, Florida, right here in town. Went to Hillsborough High School, not too far away from here. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 6, Jacob Newton, a 6'3", 180-pound senior from Oakville, Canada. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 23, and that's Diego Garcia, 6'1", 190-pound freshman from Barranquilla, Colombia. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 2, Alec Eldridge, a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore from Satellite Beach, Florida. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 37, Brendan Riley, a 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Orlando, Florida. Pitcher will be number 30, and that is the ace of the staff, Andy Marshauser, and he is a redshirt senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, all SSC. Last year, 2-1 record this year. The Spartans have on the mound Brandon Knar, the reigning SSC Pitcher of the Week. 15 strikeouts in 7 innings last week, and he is posting a 3-1 record on the season. Leading off for the Spartans, we'll get to their lineup when the Spartans get ready. We'll set the field for you for Tampa when we get the chance. Brandon Knar on the mound. Josh Rulai behind the plate. First pitch to Maris, a little bit low. Spartans have Dan Sullivan at first base, Drew Earhart at second, and Mikey Navarrete at third. Christian Flint is the shortstop. Swing and a miss. Left field is Nick Durr. Center field is Jose Cadenas. And in right field, it's Luke Benoit. Down the middle again, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, fastball. Knar waits. Maris steps in, ready. Swing and a miss. First pitch a little low in the dirt, then 3 straight strikes, gets him swinging. As I mentioned, 15 strikeouts in just 7 innings last week. The Spartans posted 20 in the Friday night win over Florida Southern, which set a school record for most strikeouts in a 9-inning game. Batting second is Parrish. First pitch back to the screen, strike 1. Parrish coming in on the season, a .322 batting average, has more at-bats than anybody, 59 on the season. He shares that honor with Rodney Bernard. They're the only 2 approaching 60. 1-1 pitch from Knar. A little bit outside. On deck is Quintero. He's the leading hitter on the team this season, .367 average. His 49 at-bats, has 18 hits. Here's the 1-2 to Parrish. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Rulai to Sullivan, 2 outs. Couple strikeouts, so Knar picking up right where he left off a week ago.
Now batting shortstop, number 4, Raul Quintero.
At one point last week, Knar had 11 strikeouts in 4 innings. That's 11 strikeouts of the 12 outs he had recorded. Quintero, first pitch down the middle, strike 1. Could be a pitcher's battle, as Marshauser is the ace of the staff here, all SSC last year, 2-1 record this year. Had the lowest ERA in the SSC last year, a 1.96. This year it's early, but his ERA's standing at 2.91. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first. A little bit low in the dirt again. Good block by Rulai. 2-2. Full count. Knar missing a little bit high outside. Cleanup hitter Catanza on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul back. Three-two again. Ball outside. Looked close. Didn't get the call. Umpires for today's game:
Fielder, number 22, Vincenzo
RJ Diet and Trey Bauer on the bases. Costanza, swing and a miss, the lefty. 222 average on the year. He's played 10 games, started 10, 27 at-bats, 6 hits on the season so far. Call strike, gets ahead 0-2. Florida Tech as a team hitting .315, or I take that back, hitting .249 on the year. Not a good hitting team. That .315 was the slugging percentage. Only 2 home runs this year. They've given up 9. And the pitch. Call strike 3, and Canar, as I said, picking up where he left off last week, strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. They did leave a man on via the walk, and at the end of half an inning, it is Florida Tech 0, Tampa coming to bat on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
And opposing batters.
Looking for tickets to an upcoming NCAA championship? Did you purchase tickets and can no longer attend? Buy or sell your tickets with other fans at the NCAA Ticket Exchange, powered by Prime Sport. Every transaction is secure and 100% guaranteed. Visit ncaa.com/exchange today.
Bottom of the first we go. Tampa coming to bat. The Spartan lineup will have leading off, playing center field, number 6, Jose Cadenas, a junior from Tampa, Florida, went to Hillsborough Community College. Batting second, number 2, Drew Earhart, the third-year player here, is a junior from Tampa, Florida, Wharton High School. Batting third is number 5, Nick Durr, the outfielder, a 6 foot, 190-pound senior from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Started his career at Florida State, or transferred, I should say, from Florida State. Batting cleanup, number 26, Dan Sullivan, a junior from Palatine, Illinois, went to Oakton Community College outside of Chicago. Batting fifth, number 18, the catcher is Josh Rulai, 5'9", 200-pound junior from Riverview, Florida, and went to Pensacola State College before coming here. Batting sixth, number 25, is Luke McDonald. He is a 6'2", 205-pound sophomore from Staten Island, New York. Batting seventh is number 9, Luke Benoit, a 6'4", 220-pound sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts. Batting eighth, number 27, Mikey Navarrete, and he is a 5'10", 165-pound senior from Miami, Florida. Batting ninth in shortstop, I should say, is number 20, Christian Flint, and he is a 5'11", 170-pound senior from Delray Beach. Cadenas sending it out toward right field, but easily making the catch is Parrish for the out. Field pretty much all bathed in shadow by now. This time of year, 6 o'clock starts. That pretty much happens now once the time changes in a few weeks, and the days start getting a little bit longer as well. The left side of the field, third base, shortstop, left field, become wicked sun fields early in the ball game. Marshauser on the mound on the year so far is 2-1. This is his 5th start and his 5th appearance of the season as well. 21 2/3 innings pitched, 19 hits, given up 14 runs, only 7 earned, walked 3, struck out 20, pretty good ratio, almost 7-1. Couple doubles, couple home runs. Last year, in 67 innings, he did not give up a home run. This year, he's already given up 2. As a team, they've given up 9. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drew Earhart waits. Fly ball heading out to right field again. Parrish backing up, and makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down, a couple outs to Parrish. That'll bring Nick Durr to the plate.
The next
coming into the game with a .364 batting average. Played 11 games so far. There's a call strike. 0-2. Ball outside. Durr on the year. .324 batting average. Goes swinging after that one. A drop third strike. He may make it. They're going to give him the base on the drop third strike. So the ball got away, went to the screen, and Durr beat it out.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 26, Dan Sullivan.
Brings up Dan Sullivan to the plate for the Spartans. .366 batting average on the year. 16 RBI to lead the team right now. 1 home run. Leading the team in home runs is, believe it or not, the leadoff hitter Cadenas with 4. Spartans as a team have hit 14. They've actually given up 15. Maris, I think, has a wardrobe malfunction, changing his mitt. So Sullivan will step into the box. Marshauser back on the mound. Strike one with 2 outs. Nick Durr on first via drop third strike. The pitch fouled off. 0-2. Couple flyouts to right field, then a drop third strike. Put Durr on. So the Spartans get an additional batter. See if they can make him pay for it. The pitch. Tries to check his swing, not able to, goes down swinging. Marshauser with the strikeout. Spartans get nothing across in the first. We played one, no score, right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
To the top of the second we go. Florida Tech and Tampa, no score. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jack Ike.
Will be the second baseman, number 27.
Leading off will be Rodney Bernard, local product from Hillsborough High School. Brandon Canar struck out to side in the first. That's a ball. Bernard on the year, just 203, was a 326 hitter last year, so it's just a question of when it's all going to happen. 59 at-bats, only 12 hits, but he'll get that average up. 1-1, popped up. Sullivan looks, who's going out of play. Knar with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts. All outs via the strikeouts so far, as Knar continues to be impressive.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Jacob Newton.
Jacob Newton walking to the plate. 255 on the year. Started all 14 games this year. The ball outside.
Hey, looking good. 60 years, kid. Check your steady six.
Strike down the middle. Not a bad crowd for a chilly day. There's a call strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Newton. On deck, Garcia. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Drop to the dirt. Rulai to Sullivan. 2 up, 2 down. 5 strikeouts so far for Knar. I guess we better start dusting off the record book again. They announced before the game there was a promotion about getting a gift certificate to a local restaurant if the Spartans get 10 strikeouts in the game. Might want to revise it to 10 strikeouts before 4 innings. Garcia to the plate. .154 average on the years. Played in 13 games, but this is just his, or I should say played in 6 games. This is his 4th start of the season. Ball a little bit low. 2-1. A little off speed, but a little high. 3-1. And there's a base hit between right and center. Cut off by Benoit, throws in. Solid hit by Garcia. First hit of the game for either team.
That brings up the first baseman, number 2, Alec Eldridge.
Eldridge now to the plate, a .241 hitter on the year. This is his 9th start of the season.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
First pitch, a strike. I mentioned only 2 home runs hit this year by Florida Tech. They've both been hit by Brett Parrish, who is the second batter in the order. 2 outs, Garcia on first. And an 0-2 count to Eldridge. On deck, the number 9 hitter, Riley. Tapped, Sullivan on a hop, a race for the base, and he got him. Sullivan with a foot first slide beats Eldridge to the base, ends the inning. First out recorded in the game, not by strikeout for Tampa. So we played an inning and a half, still no score, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Andy Marhauser back on the mound for Florida Tech. Spartans will send up Josh Rulai, Luke McDonald, Luke Benoit. First three hitters this inning. Rulai, the number 5 hitter. Rulai, 349 on the year. Ball outside. Off-speed pitch. Rulai can't dial it down. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Rulai seems to be entrenched in the catcher's spot. After the first weekend of play, he found a home. That one is hit out into left field. Coming in is Catanza, and he makes the catch. Only had to move a couple steps. Fairly deep, but pretty much hit right at Catanza. One up, one down.
Batting is the designated hitter, number 25.
Luke McDonald. Now to the plate. 256 average on the year for the DH. Marshauser fires. Down the middle, call strike. Playing him straight away, fairly deep. Straight away in the infield. He pops it up. Should have a play is Aldridge, and he makes the catch just on the outfield grass. Two up, two down here in the bottom of the second.
The right fielder, number 9, Luke Benoit.
So Luke Benoit to the plate for the Spartans. This is his 11th game of the season. 250 batting average. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Outside. Ball a little bit low, 2-1. Marshauser fires. Outside. Good snag by Maris. 3-1 now with 2 down. Call strike. 3-2. Benoit tried to coax a walk out of it. Mikey Navarrete on deck. Payoff pitch on the way. Call strike 3. So Navarrete will have to wait till the 3rd. Spartans go down 1-2-3. We've played 2. No score. Florida Tech and the number 4 ranked Tampa Spartans.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
Top of the third, number 9 hitter in the order, Brendan Riley to the plate for Florida Tech. Brandon Kennard firing, and it's a ball. Riley, 156 hitter on the year. 32 at-bats, just 5 hits. There's one foul back. Spartans have gotten their season batting average up to 299. They were well over 300 last year. Ground ball up the middle. Earhart, does he have a play? He fields it, can't get it to stay in the glove. More than likely will go down as a hit because that would have been a tough throw to get him in time. Slow roller got past Kennard. Earhart backhanded it behind second base, but was pretty much just keeping it from going out into center field. So
the batter is the catcher, Blaze Maris.
Riley on first to lead off the inning, and Blaze Maris, the catcher, up for the second time today. He struck out in the first. He looks bunt and gets away from Rulai. And Riley takes second base. Now in scoring position, nobody out in the third. That more than likely will take the bunt sign away from Maris. Kennard in the stretch. Popped up. Out of play. Kennard with a long look, steps off, wants to sign again. Rulai will oblige. 1-1 pitch. A little bit high, 2-1. Riley with the lead at second. Maris waits at the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul back. 2-2. Kennard has the sign, a glance back, and fires. Popped up, foul again, out of play. This ballpark has about a 100-foot fence encircling the whole thing. You can see straight away center or even anywhere in the outfield. You can see the wall with the red signs on it. That's the yellow bar is a home run, but then there's a huge fence because there's a ball high, 3-2, because there's dorms, there's busy streets. A lot of people just in a parking lot over left field, so they do their best to try to keep the balls from going out of the park. But now a 3-2 pitch to Blaze Maris. Foul back again. Maris hanging in there. On deck is Parrish. Kennard is set. Ground ball gets away from Kennard, and Maris beats it out. Runners on the corners with nobody out. More than likely another hit. Kennard just couldn't get it to stay in the glove, and it bounced away. Rolled between the mound and second base. Kind of no man's land there. Maris beat it out. Brings Brett Parrish to the plate. And in the top of the third, Florida Tech's got something going. Runners on the corners, no out. First pitch outside. The lefty Parrish. Ball outside. 2-0 count now. There's a call strike. So a pair of infield hits have put runners on the corners with no out in the third for the Florida Tech Panthers. And now Brett Parrish seeing what he can do about that. Call strike, 2-2. Kennard fights back. Goes flailing at that one, and Parrish was fooled. Goes down swinging. 6th strikeout of the game.
This is the shortstop, Raul Quintero.
Quintero to the plate. Walked in the first inning. Stranded there. Riley on third, Maris on first. 1 out. Top of the third. Quintero looks to bunt, pitches high. Riley wasn't running, so it wasn't a squeeze. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quintero, long look down at head coach Greg Bergemeyer. 1-1 on the way. High, ball 2, 2-1. The pitch. Call strike, inside corner. 2-2. Kennard in the stretch. Goes to first. Kind of gives Maris the B move there. Maris not much of a lead, maybe 2 steps. So that was just a courtesy throw. Let him know he's aware of his presence. And the pitch. Off speed, fouled off. Two coming up. Inside, dances away, ball 3, full count again. 3rd full count this game so far for Kennard. pitch. Runner goes, fouled back. That was Maris going from first to second. He'll come back. Riley was hanging out at third, waiting to see if the ball would get through. Everybody goes back. Kanar in the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Goes to first. We try it again. 3-2. Runner goes, popped up, out of play. So Maris goes back to first. Three-two again from Kanar. Right, Maris goes, foul ball down the third base line. Good at bat for Quintero. Fighting off the pitches. Elevating the pitch count for Kanar as well. Already 50 pitches. 3-2 again. Ball high, bases loaded. Couple hits and now a walk. And there's runners on first, second, and third. And to the plate comes Catanza, and a trip to the mound by Spartan pitching coach Sam Militello. Spartans are coached by head coach Joe Urso, 6-time national champ, including last year. On the mound, the pitching coach, associate head coach Sam Militello, assistant coach and the recruiting coordinator Jose Jimenez. Assistant coaches are Chris Cates, Scott McNulty. Greg Berkemeyer, the head coach for Florida Tech. Assistant coaches are Jeff Tam, Kenton Herring, and Jeff Corte. The meeting is over on the mound. Everybody back to their respective positions, and to the plate is Catanza.
Now batting the left fielder, Vincenzo Catanza.
He struck out looking. Nowhere to put him, though. First pitch is high. Kanar looks in, the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Catanza with a big rip. Catanza 6 hits on the year, but they've accounted for 5 RBI. 1-1. Down the middle, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 out, bases loaded. Top of the third, Florida Tech has the bases juiced. Check swing. Good stop by Rulai. 2-2. Kanar looks in, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got a big strikeout. 2 down here in the third. 2 outs. Bases still loaded. And to the plate comes Rodney Bernard.
Now batting the second baseman, Rodney Bernard.
He struck out in the second. So Knar trying to get out of a big jam here in the third. In the stretch. Fouled back. 0-1. Riley on third, Maris second, Quintero on first. Knar on the mound in the stretch. But a little bit low inside. 1-1. Long look. Now he's ready. 1-1. Kind of a half-hearted swing, and Bernard is in the hole 1-2 now. One-two pitch, 2 outs. Fouled off. Bernard levels the bat. Knar now in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and Knar gets out of the inning with a strikeout. First 2 men get on with base hits. Then a walk loaded him up. 3 strikeouts, though. Gets Knar out of the inning. No damage done. We played 2.5. No score, Florida Tech and Tampa.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Get the best seats. Enjoy pre-game hospitality. Create memorable moments that will last a lifetime. Catch championship action in VIP style with the NCAA experience, powered by Prime Sport. Be a VIP. Visit ncaa.com/VIP today.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Bottom of the third, a big job pitching by Brandon Knar after the bases were loaded with just 1 out. In the third, struck out the side to get out of the inning. And now we'll see if his teammates can put some runs across. It will be 8-9-1. That's Navarrete, Flint, and Cadenas.
Third inning for Tampa is the third baseman, number 27, Mikey Navarrete.
Marshauser, first pitch, slow curve for a ball for Navarrete on the year. 283 hitter. 13 hits, 46 at-bats, 7 RBI. Ball high, 2-0. There's a strike. Defensively for Florida Tech, Marshauser on the mound, Maris behind the plate, Eldridge at first, Bernard at second, Riley at third, Quintero at short, Catanza in left, Newton in center, and Parrish is in right. Two and two. Fouled off, stays 2-2. Three-two. Full count pitch coming up to Navarrete. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit. First hit of the day for the Spartans. Navarrete quickly around first, hustles back, but he is on, and Christian Flint will come up, and if I know the book on Joe Urso, he will be bunting Navarrete to second. He told me earlier this year they might have to play a lot of small ball, not a power hitting team. We'll see what Flint does. Marshauser pitches, shows bunt, gets it down. That'll get the job done, and everybody's going to be safe as Maris tried to pick the ball up and dropped it. And the catcher not able to get the throw off, and runners are now at first and second. That'll be a hit, or we're waiting on the scoring on that. That might be an error. I think he probably had the play. He kind of took his eye off to see where Navarrete was going to be if he would have a throw to second. And when he did it, he dropped the ball. So runners now at first and second, nobody out. So in the bottom of the third, Marshauser now has a little predicament to get out of. They're playing in at the corners. Cadenas bunts, pops it foul. Still waiting on the ruling on that at bat. Cadenas flew out to right in the first. Marshauser in the stretch. Navarrete and Flint lead off. Shows bunt again, gets it down the first base line, foul. Everybody will come back.
Let's go, come on.
And it's going to be an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball fielded by Marshauser, gets one at second. The relay not in time. They did get the runner at second, so the Spartans will have runners on the corners with one out. Nice play by Marshauser, able to throw it over to Quintero, the shortstop covering. So now the Spartans will have Navarrete on third, Cadenas on first, and Drew Earhart to the plate. Earhart, first time up, flew out also to right field to Parrish. The pitch, Earhart, ground ball, fielded by the third baseman Riley, gets the force, no chance for the double play, and Mikey Navarrete scores to put the Spartans up 1-0. A nice bit of hitting by Drew Earhart.
Now batting is the left fielder, Nick Durr.
And the Spartans take a 1-zip lead. Bottom of the third. Earhart now on first. Nick Durr at the plate. Durr struck out in the first. Call strike, 1-1. Newton, Garcia, Eldridge, 6, 7, and 8 for Florida Tech in the fourth. Durr watches it low in the dirt. Good stop by Maris. Pitch outside, 3-0 to Durr. Make it 3-1.
Gotta cut you, Dick.
Durr, come on, number 5.
3-1, 2 outs. Durr at the plate. Earhart with a lead off first. Spartans put one across and have a 1-0 lead. The pitch. Durr, ground ball to third. Gets through. Got under Riley's mitt, and we'll have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Riley looked like he was playing for the bounce. It did not. It's hugged the ground. Went under the bat, and Dan Sullivan will come to the plate.
Now batting is the first baseman, Dan Sullivan.
They did rule Cadenas with a base hit on the ball that was dropped by Maris. Sullivan now at the plate. Runners at first and second. First pitch. Hops a little bit away. Ball 1. Sullivan holding that bat high. The 1-0 pitch coming up from Marshauser. And he hits that one deep. Right field. Going back near the wall. Parrish on the warning track makes the catch to end the inning. Gave it a ride, but Parrish on the track makes the catch. The Spartans do pick up a run, got 3 hits, and at the end of 3 full, it is Tampa 1, Florida Tech nothing on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Or she did. Top of the fourth we go. Tampa now in the lead, 1-0. Thanks for joining me on the broadcast today. We have a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. Second game scheduled for 4. Somewhere 30 to 45 minutes after the end of the first game.
In the fourth inning for the Panthers, the batter is the center fielder, Jacob Newton.
Newton to the plate. One of the strikeout victims from Brandon Kennard today. Newton looks at that one a little bit low, 1-1. Kennard already up to 70 pitches on the day. Fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes. Jacob Newton at the plate. Fouls that one back. Kennard gets the sign. Steps off. Newton steps out. And the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Two pitch. Fouled off. Grounder into the Spartan dugout.
The press box.
So we do the 2-2 again. Kennard in the windup. Outside, full count. Call strike 3. Newton thought it was ball 4. Another strikeout here in the 4th inning, and that is strikeout number 9 on the game for Kennard. He had 15 in 17 innings last week, last Friday. Now has 9 of the first 10 outs today. Garcia at the plate fouls that one back. Touch for 3 hits. Bases loaded jam last inning, got out of it with 3 strikeouts. One pitch. Timeout called. Ball outside, 2-1. Goes high for that one, swing and a miss. Calling it 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Call strike 3, another strikeout, and that is strikeout number 10 in this game for Brandon Kennard. Of the 11 outs recorded in this game, 10 have been by strikeout.
First baseman Alec Eldridge.
Eldridge to the plate now. Number 8 hitter. The only person who's made an out who didn't do it by a strikeout. He had a ground ball to Dan Sullivan at first, and there was a race to the bag, and Sullivan beat him there. There's one hit out into left field. Falls in for a base hit. Nick Durr playing a little deeper. Ball just bounced in front of him for the 4th hit of the game for Florida Tech.
Now batting is the third baseman, Brendan Riley.
This is the number 9 hitter, Brendan Riley, to the plate. He had a base hit his first time up. Got all the way to third. Stranded there. Eldridge on first with the base hit. 4th hit of the day for the Panthers. Riley went upstairs to get that one. Had no chance. Swings and misses 1-1. Call strike 2. Knar on the year came into this game with 39 strikeouts and only 4 walks. He has walked 2 today to go at the 10K, so 49 strikeouts on the year. Strike 3 call, and once again, Brandon Knar strikes out the side. Of the 12 outs recorded by Florida Tech, 11 by strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Tampa leads Florida Tech.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% will go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Bottom of the 4th, Tampa 1, Florida Tech 0.
Here we go in the 4th inning for Tampa. The leadoff batter,
Brandon Knar,
Josh Rulai,
been hit for 4 hits, but has 11 strikeouts of the 12 outs recorded. Marshauser also pitching a good game for Florida Tech. Ground ball. Out to second in time, 1 up, 1 down, as that was Josh Rulai grounding out to Bernard. 1 pitch, 1 out. Marshauser on the day. Giving up just 1 run, it was earned. And has struck out 3, not walked anybody. At the 45 pitch mark. Batting now for Tampa is Luke McDonald. There's a strike. On deck is Luke Benoit. 0-1, a little bit high. 1-1. Fly ball down into the Florida Tech bullpen. No activity down there. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. They're going to have to throw to first. They do. As Maris to Eldridge on the drop third strike. 1 up. There are 2 outs now. We'll bring Luke Benoit to the plate. He struck out looking in the second. First pitch, inside ball. Spartans started this season losing 2 of their first 3 games. Opened the season against 7th-ranked Mount Olive, lost 11-3. Beat Queens College, then lost to 15th-ranked Georgia College in a 3-game weekend to start. Ground ball almost hit Marshauser in the back. Benoit with the base hit. A line shot right back at Marshauser. Benoit is on first. Spartans then swept 3 straight from post-college.
That brings up third baseman.
Went up to Jefferson City, Tennessee. Took 2 of 3 from Carson Newman. And then last week took 2 of 3 from Florida Southern to open Sunshine State Conference play. Played a non-conference game on Tuesday against Eckerd, an SSC opponent, but it was a non-conference game. Beat them 10-8 after trailing 8-1. Spartans, after this series, the 2 games tomorrow, will play Monday in a non-conference, non-regional game against Seton Hill from New York. Ball in the dirt. So they'll stay, Spartans will stay non-conference for the next 6 games. 1-1 with 2 outs. Benoit at first, slow curve, call strike. Seton Hill on Monday, and then on the road next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at Albany State up in Albany, Georgia. Then on Monday, March 9th, the Spartans will host Bridgeport, Connecticut. And on Tuesday, December 10th, we'll host Northwood, Michigan. Couple early week games before getting back into Sunshine State Conference play with Nova Southeastern on the road starting Friday, March 13th. Ball outside to Navarrete, 2-2. Benoit with the lead. 2-2 pitch on the way. He goes. Fouled off. He'll come back. So Navarrete. 3-2 pitch. Changed it to 3-2. It's full count. Now they're changing it to 2-2 again. The pitch. Just a little high. Ball 3 now. It's a full count. Benoit will be going. 3-2 pitch. He goes. Navarrete swings and misses to end the inning. Spartans do get a base hit. Their 4th of the game. That's it. No runs, 1 hits, no error. 1 left. We played 4 full, and it is 1-0 Tampa leading Florida Tech on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
You remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and I do it's too. pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
anyway, Mike, let's.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com.
Top of the order to start the 5th inning for Florida Tech. Blaze Maris up for his 3rd at-bat of the game. A strikeout and a base hit. Brandon Kennard a little low there, 1-1. He of 11 strikeouts already today. Strike call, pitched out of a bases-loaded jam in the 3rd. Bases loaded with just 1 out. First 2 guys got on with base hits. Then he got a strikeout, then a walk, loaded the bases. Then he struck out the next 2 to get out of the inning. And there is his 12th strikeout of the game. Blaze Maris caught looking. Just dominating the last 2 weekends, Brandon Kennard. Now with 50 strikeouts on the season, 51 actually now. Parrish showing bunt. Of his 51 strikeouts this year, 27 in the last 2 games. So he was K'ing quite a few, but he's really stepped it up here. Swing and a miss. Throws low 90s, mixes it up, good curve. Call, strike 3, another caught looking. The 13th strikeout of the game. And we are in the 5th.
Now batting the shortstop, Raul Quintero.
So 2 outs now. Quintero to the plate. He hasn't made any outs today. He's walked twice. Both times got to first and stayed there. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Got it. He's so wrong.
1-1 pitch. Kennard fires. Off speed. Tap back toward Kennard. Fields it. The lefty throws in time out of the inning. So he doesn't get the strikeout, but he makes the play on the mound. So at the end of 4.5, still Tampa 1, Florida Tech nothing. Sunshine State Digital Network.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet.
You missed it, buddy.
Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
1, 2, 3. Whoa, there's my guy. Yes. Go. Snacks? Yeah, man. Eat it up, and we're going to burn it off doing the wave.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Leading off for the Spartans, the number 9 hitter in the order, Christian Flint. Had a base hit his first time up. Andy Marshauser pitching very well. At the moment, overshadowed by what Brandon Kanar is doing with 13 strikeouts of the 15 recorded outs. But Marshauser pitching well in a 1-0 game. Tampa on top. There's a strike on a curveball. Both pitchers have given up 4 hits. There's one hit into left center field. Giving chase is Newton near the wall, and he makes the running catch. Nice job by Jacob Newton to track that one down into one of the deepest parts of the park.
Now batting the center fielder, Jose Cadenas.
So we go to the top of the order. Jose Cadenas up for the Spartans. Looking for that first hit. He's flown out to right. Got on with a fielder's choice last time. Swings and misses. Off-speed pitch by Marshauser. Strike call. A couple of the best pitchers in the conference squaring off here tonight, and we're getting just what we thought, a nice pitcher's duel. As dominating as Kanar has been, it's only a 1-0 game for Tampa. Cadenas pops it up. Coming in is Bernard at second base, makes the catch in the infield, and 2 up and 2 down. Drew Earhart coming to the plate.
Now batting the second baseman, Drew Earhart.
He drove in the only run of the game on a fielder's choice. They took the force at second. He grounded to the third baseman. Riley, who got the force at second, but the bases were loaded at the time. And so the run scored. They weren't able to turn the double play. Swing and a miss. Ball wasn't hit hard, so it was hard to turn to. He is behind 0-2, the pitch. Hits one out into right field, but it's foul up on the screen down by the Florida Tech bullpen. Marshauser gets the sign, winds and fires. Earhart goes upstairs to get that one and fouls it off, stays alive, still 0-2. And the 0-2 again. In the dirt. 1-2 pitch. Earhart fouls it off, stays 1-2. Good at bat for Drew. One, two on the way. Shot into left field, a base hit for Drew Earhart. Got it between short and third. Had to wait a split second as Quintero was ranging over there. It wasn't a ground ball. It fell just into the grass out of the infield.
Now batting the left fielder.
So Drew Earhart on first base with 2 outs. And Nick Durr to the plate. Strikeout and a base hit. Earhart with the lead. The pitch. Slow, off-speed pitch, a little bit high. Durr fouls that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the dirt, Earhart's going to be able to get to second. They don't even throw. Bounced in front of Maris, but got away from him. Earhart quickly moved. That'll go down as a wild pitch from Marshauser.
Right here, Pup, this way.
2 balls, 1 strike. Durr waits with 2 outs. Now a runner in scoring position. Ball just a little high, 3-1.
Come on, number 5. Let's do it. Do it.
3-1 pitch to Durr. Looks at all the way, called strike, will go full. So Drew Earhart on second. We'll take a good look on this 3-2 pitch. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. It pays off for Marshauser. Gets the strikeout. The Spartans got a hit. Nobody scores. We played 5 full, and it's still 1-0 Tampa leading Florida Tech.
No. No. Empanada. It's Mr. Empanada to you.
Now serving up scrumptious empanadas in convenient Tampa Bay locations. Mr. Empanada, delightfully delicious.
At Jimmy John's, we're freaks about best-in-class ingredients, so it's no wonder we announced our new 9-grain wheat sub in the middle of a wheat field. When you've got news this big, it's not enough to just add it to the menu. Where's the freak yeah in that? To celebrate a new sandwich with a taste so inspired, we introduced it in the place that inspired it. The new Jimmy John's 9-grain wheat sub, now available at a Jimmy John's, much, much, much closer to you. Wheat yeah, freak yeah.
Already to the 6th inning of a 1-0 game. Brandon Kennard rolling along for the Tampa Spartans. 13 strikeouts. Vincenzo Catanza to the plate. First pitch, call strike. Florida Tech, no runs, 4 hits. They got back-to-back hits in the third, but didn't score. Back-to-back hits with no out. Check swing. And Kennard's ahead 0-2. Back-to-back hits to start the third, then a strikeout, then a walk to load the bases, but then 2 strikeouts to end the inning. Ball in the dirt, 1-2. Catanza with 2 strikeouts today. One-two pitch. Doesn't get the call. Just a little bit outside, 2-2. Fouled off. 4 hits for Florida Tech, 4 different batters. The bottom 3 in the order have 3 of the 4. And the leadoff hitter, Maris, has the other one. There's a call, strike 3. He knew it. And Catanza walks back, the 14th strikeout victim of the day.
Now batting second baseman, Rodney Bernard.
So Kennard struck out 15 in 7 innings last weekend. Now has 14. And we are at 5 1/3 innings. Rodney Bernard steps to the plate for Florida Tech and looks at a strike call. Ball in the dirt. Ball a little bit low. Two-one on the way. Just inside, 3-1. Three-one on the way. Call strike. Bernard already tossed his bat back to the dugout. He'll have to get it and try it again. So it'll be a full count with 1 out. 3-2 on the way. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. That one got past Kennard and wasn't going to get stopped by either Earhart or Flint. 5th hit of the day. So a 1-out base hit puts Rodney Bernard on first and brings Jacob Newton to the plate.
The center fielder, Jacob Newton.
Newton is 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. In the dirt, bounces away. Bernard's going to try to go to second. Here's the throw. Flint tried to make the tag, but the throw is a little bit off the bag. Rula had to scamper out to the left side to get that one. So now the tying run is on second. Bernard with the base hit and takes second on the ball that bounced into the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Newton shakes the bat. Kennard fires. Strike call. 1-1. Ground ball out toward Earhart at second. Throw is in time. Moving over to third is Bernard with 2 outs. So the tying run just 90 feet away now.
The designated hitter, Diego Garcia.
Garcia to the plate with a base hit and a caught looking. And Joe Urso is coming to the mound. Normally, Joe comes out for a pitching change, and I think he's going to make it already. With 5 2/3 innings in the book, he's going to take out Brandon Canar. Must have something to do with the matchup he didn't like, with Garcia coming to the plate.
Your attention, please. Coming in to pitch for Tampa is number 8, Jordan Leisure.
So Jordan Leisure coming in to pitch for the Spartans. And we'll get the line on him. We'll take a break and be right back with the line on Jordan Leisure.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Jordan Leisure coming on to pitch for the Spartans. This will be his 5th appearance of the year. He has 3 starts. Has a 2-1 record at the moment. 15 innings pitched, 17 hits, 12 runs. All were earned. Struck out 4, or walked 4. Struck out 24. Has an ERA of 7.20. He had been the Saturday's first game starter until last weekend. Now he's first out of the bullpen. Throws hard, good control, and he'll face Diego Garcia with 2 outs and the tying run on third. Garcia with a base hit and a strikeout. Runner on third, responsibility of Brandon Canar. So the book is not closed on him yet. Leisure's first pitch to Garcia. Call strike. That is an important first pitch for a relief pitcher. Coming in with runners on base, throw that strike. He did. Ahead of the count now. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Leisure's come hard with 2 pitches. Bernard on third. Garcia at the plate. Leisure fires. Fouled back. Challenged him on the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 again. Leisure fires. Swing and a miss, and Jordan Leisure gets out of the inning for the Spartans. Florida Tech will leave a man stranded on third. Leisure gets the strikeout. We can close the book on Bernard. We'll tell you that when we come back. 1-0 Tampa after 5.5 on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Looking for tickets to an upcoming NCAA championship? Did you purchase tickets and can no longer attend? Buy or sell your tickets with other fans at the NCAA Ticket Exchange, powered by Prime Sport. Every transaction is secure and 100% guaranteed. Visit ncaa.com/exchange today.
Orthopedic Institute.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So a brilliant pitching job by Jordan Leisure coming in with the tying run on third and 2 outs, and he got a strikeout to close out the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 6th, and the Spartans will send up Dan Sullivan to the plate. We can close the book on Brandon Kanar, 5 2/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 14. Faced 24 batters through 116 pitches, so if you were looking for one of the reasons why he probably was at the end of the line, 116 pitches, threw a lot, had a bunch of 3-2 counts, and if you're striking out 14 batters, I mean, there's 42 pitches right there in just strikes. Sullivan out toward second base. 1 up, 1 down. Brings Josh Rulai to the plate. This game moving along.
Now batting the catcher, Josh Rulai.
Rulai on the day is 0 for 2, flew out, grounded out. Taps foul. Call strike. Marshauser keeps firing away. Looking for some run support. Pitched well, but trails 1-0. There's a strike call, and Rulai goes down, caught looking.
The designated hitter, Luke McDonald.
Strikeout number 7 for Marshauser. An All-SSC Pitcher of the Year, or pitcher last year. Luke McDonald now up to the plate for the Spartans. 0 for 2 today. 1-1. Ball outside. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Strike 3 call. The 8th strikeout recorded by Marshauser, and the Spartans go down quietly here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We played 6 full, and this pitcher's duel continues. 1-0 Tampa leading Florida Tech.
The path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Welcome back, fans. We're here for the top of the 7th inning here. Tampa leading Florida Tech 1-0 in what's been a pitcher's duel so far. Tampa starter Brendan Kennard, his day is complete. He's in line for the win. Jordan Leisure is on for the Spartans. I'm here joined by Morgan Vesper from the UT men's soccer team. How you doing, Morgan?
I'm good, Tom. How are you?
Good. That first pitch by Leisure is in there for a strike. Hitting for the Panthers is number 2, Alec Eldridge. What do you expect to see here, Morgan?
Hopefully a good pitch count, for the pitcher.
That one's fouled back. What kind of pitches does Leisure rely on here, Morgan?
I'd have to go with the curveball.
Curveball, yeah. All right. Here we go. 0-2 count here on Eldridge. Leisure ahead in the count. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. That looked like a fastball away there. Tried to get him to swing. He was not going. Eldridge 0 for 2 on the day. Or 1 for 2 on the day. Correction. We're going to have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up for the Panthers. All right, that one's fouled back there. That was low. He kind of dug that one up and fouled it off. So the story of the day for the Spartans has been Brendan Kennard's effort. In the last 2 games combined, he's had 29 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. Today he had 14 strikeouts as that one's fouled back there. 1-2 count here on Eldridge. So Kennard's final line today. 5.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, just 2 walks and 14 strikeouts. 116 pitches for the Spartan ace. As there's a pitch that's called strike 3 on the outside corner there on Eldridge. He didn't like it, but they've been calling those outside pitches, both sides of the plate here tonight. So
the batter is the third baseman, Brendan Riley.
Hitters need to adjust to that one. We've seen hitters from both teams get upset about that. Who do we have here, Morgan? That's a ground ball here by Brendan Riley. Fields, and he throws. That's a bad throw. It was in the dirt. Sullivan was unable to pick that one. We'll see what they call that. What's the call on that one there, Morgan? Still waiting to see what the official scorer has called that one. It's probably going to be a throwing error on Flint, though. He came up cleanly with it, and the throw was just in the dirt there. But regardless, we got 1 out here. Panther runner on first base, and top of the order back up here for the Panthers. Number 9, Blaze Maris. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, as that ball is low and inside for ball 1. Spartan battery of Jordan Leisure and Josh Rulai. So the Panthers here with the time run on first base, top of the 7th inning here. A 1-0 count. Here's Leisure's pitch, and that's a fastball that's fouled back. 1-1 count here. We still have action in the Spartan bullpen. Looks like number 21, Jacinto Arredondo, the Spartan closer. When do you expect him to come on, Morgan?
I would say closer to the end, or probably around the 8th or 9th.
So let him pitch the 8th or 9th inning and to close it out. He got the save in Tuesday's win over Eckerd, as that ball is low. We have a 2-1 count here. Spartans did defeat Eckerd in a midweek battle on Tuesday. They were down 8-1 and came back, ended up winning 10-8 in that game. And here's Leisure. Behind in the count, 2-1. Panther base runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and that one was a hit and run, and that's fouled off and going to get out of play here. So 2-2 count here as Riley retreats to first base. Going to do it again as head coach Greg Burkmeyer is calling in the signs here to Blaze Maris. The Panther catcher is the leadoff hitter. You don't see that very often with the catcher leading off, but Maris is doing that for the Panthers. Panthers 1-2 in SSC play. They dropped 2 of 3 to Rollins last week as that ball is roped down the left field line. That's going to get down. Riley's going to turn second, head into third. It's bobbled by Durr in left field, and he's going to take a wide turn and head back to third base. So second and third here, just one out. With just one out, that was a good call by Berkmeyer to put the stop sign up. Now we have second and third for the Panthers. They are threatening. The number 2 hitter right now is up for Florida Tech. It's going to be Brett Parrish.
Tim Henning is the right fielder, Brett Parrish.
Left-handed hitting right fielder. He's 0 for 3 on the day with 3 strikeouts. So what do the Spartans need to do here to retire Parrish, Morgan?
Let's see, with one out, they could try to, I would say, probably try to get a pop out or a strikeout.
Yeah, try to. And they're going to, head coach Joe Urso's coming out. He's not going to waste any time. He's going to call Jacinto Arredondo to face Parrish. So we're going to have a Spartan pitching change here in the top of the 7th inning. Tampa clinging on to a 1-0 lead over the Panthers, but the Panthers do have a pair in scoring position. Just one out as Arredondo comes on. And Jordan Leisure is
into pitch for Tampa is number
headed to the
21,
bench.
Jacinto
Leisure did give up just
Arredondo.
1 hit, had a pair of strikeouts. The runner on third reached via an error on the Spartans, which could prove costly. As we're going to take a break here at the UT baseball field.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
All right, we're back here at the UT baseball field, top of the 7th. Pitching change brought to you by Krispy Kreme Donuts. Tom Colby. I have Morgan Vrasper here he's a standout on the UT men's soccer team. Morgan, how's spring practices going?
It's going good. We're lifting weights and getting after it practice.
All right, what are the Spartans? What do we expect in 2020 for the Spartans?
We're gonna go out and compete and try to bring home another national championship.
All right, Spartan men's soccer with a rich tradition and history similar to the UT baseball team. Tampa men's soccer has 3 national championships, has not had one since 2001, but Morgan, you were recruited to bring that trophy back to Tampa. Are we optimistic?
We want to make it happen. We're going to do everything we can to make it happen.
All right. Spartan pitcher here is Jacinto Arredondo. He's 2-1 on the season, has a pair of saves. Another pitcher with high strikeout numbers, 24 strikeouts in 19 innings of work here. Arredondo is the Spartans' go-to reliever. And they will use head coach Joe Urso. We'll call on him throughout the season for
This is the right fielder,
saves that are going to be multiple innings. Urso has done that in the past with his closers. Typically has a lot of confidence in his closer, and Arredondo is no exception to that one, as he's on here in a bit of a jam. Second and third for the Panthers, just one out. In the 2 spot, and that one is fouled off. So 0-1 count here on Parrish. Parrish hitting .322 on the year, pair of home runs, 8 RBI. Panthers have just 2 home runs on the season in 14 games. Both are off the bat of Brett Parrish, the number 2 hitter for the Panthers. As Arredondo's getting the sign from Josh Rulai. Here's the pitch. Goes out away on that one, and Parrish behind on that one. Waves through that one. So Arredondo has him where he wants him now. He's got 0-2 on the count. What do we expect to see here? Try to get to chasing?
Yeah, I think he's going to try to get him to chase. Maybe throw something low or outside.
The situation. Yeah. Josh Rulai needs to be prepared to block, knock it down. If the ball is in the dirt right here, you may see it high instead. Definitely don't want that run to cross. That one's right down the middle. And that's strike 3 for Parrish. I don't think he was expecting that on the inner half of the plate right over the middle, but he will have a seat. His 4th strikeout of the day as the inning, so 2 outs. Panthers have their number 3 hitter headed to the plate right now, Raul Quintero, who leads the team, 367 average, 0 home runs, 3 RBI. Not a typical 3-hitter with those power numbers there, 0 home runs, 3 RBI, but his batting average is certainly something to take note of. Right-handed hitter in here facing Jacinto Arredondo. He's going to step out, and Greg Berkmeyer, actually, Spartans are going to put him on base. It's going to be an intentional walk here. What do you think of that call, Morgan?
Honestly, I'm not too sure about it. I think they know what they're doing now. So.
Now batting the left fielder.
So it's going to set up the force here for the cleanup hitter for the Panthers. Cleanup hitter is number 22, Vincenzo Catanza. He's hitting just 222 on the year. So if you look at the numbers, head coach Joe Urso puts a 367 hitter on first base to face a 222 hitter. So it certainly looks good on paper, but you never know until you see these bats come through, as Berkmeyer having words with his hitter here. This is the shortstop, or not, correction, that's not the shortstop. Shortstop's on first base.
We love you, Juju. It's not on. Tell her I'll turn it on, but I'm scared I'm going to get hit with the ball.
There's somebody on our field mic here saying hi to Juju. She loves you, Juju. All right, here we go. Arredondo ready to throw here. 0-0 count. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Swings through that one. That was a fastball, low fastball down the middle. That has got to be a tough pitch to hit, don't you think?
Yeah, especially away off the plate.
Yeah, that's a lot of electricity in those pitches. 1-1 on the count. Bases are full of Panthers right now, so nowhere to put him. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from the stretch, and he held up on that one. They're going to say that one was low.
Close ball.
That was another. Arredondo is right around the plate on all of his pitches. Even the 0-2 pitch that he struck out Parrish on was one that was right over the plate. So Arredondo seems to have good control. It's the 3rd batter he's faced, and it's technically the 2nd batter he's faced. Faced the intentional walk. So 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that one is soft grounder to first. Arredondo's going to cover. Sullivan throws over, and he is on the bag, and that is out number 3. The Spartans will escape the jam here and head to the bottom of the 7th with a 1-0 lead.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Love you, Juju!
Get the best seats. Enjoy pre-game hospitality. Create memorable moments that will last a lifetime. Catch championship action in VIP style with the NCAA experience, powered by Prime Sport. Be a VIP. Visit ncaa.com/VIP today.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Bottom of the seventh we go. A new pitcher for Florida Tech. Thanks to Tom Colby and Morgan for filling in the top of the seventh. And they did their job. They kept Florida Tech off the board there. We head to the bottom of the seventh. New pitcher for Florida Tech is number 41, Jake Lane. And we'll get the line on him for the season. Leading off for the Spartans is Luke Benoit, the right fielder. For Lane, comes in with an ERA of 4-0. He's 0-3 on the year. This is his 8th appearance now. Has not started any games. Has a save. 9 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Walked 7, struck out 7, given up 2 doubles. Benoit fouls it off. We can close the book on Andy Marshauser. Ground ball up the middle and base hit for Benoit. And he has picked up back-to-back base hits for the Spartans. Closing the book on Marshauser. 6 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned.
Mikey Navarrete.
Faced 24 batters. Struck out 8, did not walk anybody. Good control. Unfortunately for his really solid pitching performance, it was matched by Brandon Canar. Mikey Navarrete to the plate for Tampa. Spartans have gotten out of 2 bases-loaded jams in this game. Lane in the stretch. He's a grad student. Navarrete shows bunt and fouls it back to the screen. Lane, a grad student from Zionsville, Indiana. Two strikes on Navarrete. More than likely, he's still showing bunt with 2 strikes and does get the bunt down. Deadens it. Good bunt. Navarrete's going to get thrown out at first, but moves Benoit to second. Gets him in scoring position, and I tell you what, in this game, that's a big move.
Now batting the shortstop, Christian Flint.
Number 9 in the order is Christian Flint. He's got a base hit, also a strikeout. No, that's for Mikey, sorry. In at third, deep everywhere else. Flint pops it up. Third baseman Riley, foul territory. Makes the catch, 2 down. One pitch. Got the out. Top of the order, Jose Cadenas to the plate. Leadoff hitter in the order.
The center fielder,
looking for that first hit of the day. Flown out twice. Reached on a fielder's choice. Two outs, man on second, a 1-0 game in the bottom of the 7th. Tampa put a run across in the 3rd, and that's been it. No crooked numbers in this game, a lot of ovals. Lane looks in the stretch. Cadenas fouls it back. There's a strike call, 0-2 on Cadenas. Oh, 2 pitch, Cadenas waits, Lane fires. Call strike 3 to get out of the inning, and we will go to the 8th inning, and it is still Tampa 1, Florida Tech nothing, right here on the Tampa Spartans.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
Top of the 8th we go. Jacinto Arredondo pitching for the Spartans came in with 2 outs in the 7th and a man on third. The tying run on third got a strikeout to end the inning. Now he will get a chance for his first full inning of pitching. And he will face Rodney Bernard, who got to third. There's a ground ball. Navarrete on a hop, fires, got the out. Good charge by Mikey Navarrete, and a toss across to Sullivan for the out. Arredondo, the Spartan closer, but as Tom Colby mentioned, not afraid. Joe Urso is not afraid to give him multiple innings. Jacob Newton to the plate, the lefty. Struck out twice, grounded out to second base his last time up. Ball 1. Popped up. Earhart. It's going toward outfield. Coming in is Cadenas, and he makes the catch in shallow right center. 2 down.
Now batting the designated hitter, Diego Garcia.
Brandon Canar with 14 strikeouts for the Spartans. Jordan Leisure came in and got 2. Arredondo has 1, so Spartans with 17 Ks tonight. They had 20 last Friday night when Kennard picked up 15 strikeouts in 7 innings. Swing and a miss by Garcia. Garcia base hit and 2 Ks. Strike call? No. Well, there were 9 Spartans who thought it was a strike, and I bought into that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the 3rd strike, so Arredondo picks up the strikeout. 18 strikeouts as a team for Tampa. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still, as it has been since the 3rd, a 1-0 game. Tampa leads Florida Tech.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
That less is more is more or less a mathematical challenge. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at FSU Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
You remember the girl wearing the Gulf Coast shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me. It's been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of the time? I'd love to see it.
I've got a better picture of it. I do too. Pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally. But
anyway, Mike, let's
Bottom of the 8th we go. Tampa 1, Florida Tech nothing. A Sunshine State Conference pitchers duel going on, though neither starter still in the game. Brandon Kennard and Andy Marshauser battled into the 6th.
For Tampa is the second baseman, Drew Earhart.
Kennard left in the 6th, and Marshauser pitched through the 6th. Jake Lane on the mound. And Drew Earhart takes a ball. Fouled off by Earhart. One 1 pitch. Lane to Earhart. Drew bounces it. Fielded by Lane. Bare hands, tosses over to first in time. Eldridge on first. Good play by Lane to pick that one up barehanded between the mound and third. Able to pivot and throw in time to get Earhart. 1 down, and Nick Durr to the plate. Durr has a base hit, sandwiched in between a couple strikeouts. And the pitch. Durr looks at a called strike. 1-1. Make that 1-2 on the strike. Durr digs in, protecting the plate. Lane, the pitch. Durr lashes it down the right field line, but foul.
Oh, okay. Cookie.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Durr at the plate for the Spartans. 1-0. Bottom of the 8th. Jake Lane waits, fires. Call strike 3. Tagged him out. Inning is over. No, that's 2 outs. Take that back. Brings number 26, Dan Sullivan, to the plate. Ten strikeouts recorded by the Florida Tech staff, 8 of them to Marshauser, 2 of them to Lane. Playing Sullivan pretty much straight away in the outfield, shaded a little bit, and he took that one off the elbow, I think, and he'll get a pass to first. We'll bring Josh Rulai to the plate with a man on and 2 outs.
The catcher, Josh Rulai.
Rulai on the day, flew out, grounded out, struck out. Looking for that first hit here in the 8th. Swing and a miss. Ball goes back to the screen. Fielded by Maris on the rebound off the wall, but on the way to second goes Dan Sullivan. He's in scoring position with 2 out. Two outs, base hit, more than likely will score Sullivan from second. The pitch. Call strike, 1-1. Rulai fouls it back. 0-2. 349 hitter coming into tonight's game. Lane in the stretch on the 0-2 pitch. Rulai right into Lane's mid on the line shot. That'll end the inning. Spartans get a base runner, leave him on second. We played 8 full. Still, Tampa 1, Florida Tech nothing on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
At Doubletree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at Doubletree.com.
It's not about any one thing.
It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Down to the final 3 outs for Florida Tech. We are into the 9th. 1-0 Tampa leads. Tampa makes a defensive replacement. Andrew Mills, number 14, is now out in left field. He's a junior from Seminole, Florida. Came here by way of St. Petersburg College. Jacinto Arredondo still on the mound for Tampa. First batter he faces will be Eldridge. On the day, Eldridge has a base hit in 3 at-bats. Second pitch, I should say, outside ball 2. Arredondo inning and a third so far on the mound. Spartans women's softball track and field evening. Arredondo now 2-2 to Eldridge. Strike 3, call 1 down here in the 9th. And the Spartans are very close to equaling last week's 20 strikeout performance, as they now have 19 on the day. The 20 last week was a Tampa record for a 9-inning game. They've had 39 strikeouts the last 2 Fridays. Riley to the plate now. Base hit, struck out, reached on an error. Got all the way to third base, did not score in the 7th. Ball a little bit high, 1-1 with 1 out. There's a strike. Twice Florida Tech has loaded the bases and did not score. They also, in the 7th, got a runner on third and did not score. Arredondo fires, fouled back, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the 20th strikeout of the game for the Spartans. They're down, Florida Tech down to its final out. So that 20th strikeout equals the mark set last Friday for most strikeouts in a 9-inning game. Can Arredondo beat that mark tonight? Last hope for Florida Tech is the leadoff hitter, Blaze Maris, the catcher. First pitch, call strike. Arredondo just rearing back and firing right now. Matter of fact, he's throwing so hard, they've got Cadenas shading him to swing late. There's a ball in the dirt. One pitch on the way. Ground ball. Takes a wicked hop, but Sullivan makes the play and stands on the bag to end the game. That one took a nasty hop. Sullivan kind of crouched down, reached above his head, made the play, stepped on the bag, and the Spartans prevail 1-0 over Florida Tech on the first game of the 3-game weekend series. A masterful pitching performance by the Spartans today, and also from Andy Marshauser for Florida Tech. The pitching line, Brandon Kennard, 5 2/3 inning pitched, did not give up a run, gave up just 5 hits, struck out 14. Jordan Leisure came in for 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit and 2 strikeouts, and Jacinto Arredondo 2 2/3 innings pitched. no hits, walked 1, struck out 4, 20 strikeouts on the day for the Spartans. Kennar will get the win, 4-1 now, 3-1 now, I should say. And for Florida Tech, Andy Marshauser, a tough luck loss with just didn't get any offensive support today, and he falls to 2-2 on the year. Doubleheader tomorrow, starting at 1, second game about 4. Join us then. So for the crew here, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. Join us again tomorrow, game 2 and 3 of the weekend series against Florida Tech. This has been Tampa Spartans Baseball on the Sunshine State Digital Network.